Welcome to OWAD Today. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today we're going to continue unpacking boxy Chinese characters. And this one, if you have learned Chinese a little bit, you will recognize in the middle it's 女, means woman, kind of woman of all ages. But we know from ancient times this is woman, particularly unmarried woman, somebody's daughter. And then we put Wei, this box around it. It doesn't mean woman prisoner, okay? It actually means baby girl. And none, instead of nu, the sound got sort of related, but morphed into none. It kind of evoke the English word of nun, a nun. That's in servitude of Christianity. But this is baby girl. It's pre any religious choice or any direction. It's simply human child in a particular gender as marked in here. And we can see traditional Chinese looks exactly the same. And then even earlier version, it was not included in the typical dictionary I go to, but this is a earlier version that you can see even the box is not a box shape. Instead, it's kind of hexagon, kind of interesting, complicated shape. And then in the middle of that, there is this young girl imagery, which was denoted by its behavioral expectations back then of girls being submissive by folding their hands neatly in the front and kind of in a kneeling position. While I was unpacking this, I realized kneeling position means submission and also kind of visually shows you gave up your chance to fight because you're not in an equal footing with somebody. When you kneel, you have to stand up, you have to take extra motion to fight, right? I mean, unless I guess you're trained martial artist, and whatever position you're in, you can spring back like a flat lightning speed. But I guess for the majority of people, if they kneel down, they lose the chance to fight. Okay, so that's submission, folded arms, submission. So this young girl behavior expectation drawn into the picture to become like a denoting of what woman would look like in a society early on. And this box, so instead of a prison sense of confinement, it is a confinement for protection, for putting the little girl, young girl in a safe place. And I guess probably in an earlier societal sense, young girls probably are more vulnerable. I'm not sure against other humans or against other tribes or against wild animals, but in any case, baby girls, they are the most vulnerable, therefore needed most of this protection. So when we say none, well, in English, in Chinese, when I grew up, I don't use none at all. I read it on a book, and later I'll learn it's pronounced as none. And then somebody in southern China would address little girls as nun, like this. We put two of them together. As two of them repeated shows already a kind of affection. And Chinese is never afraid of repetition. For that is not redundancy. It's intentionally repeated to create a rhythm, right? A reoccurrence to reinforce the meaning that this is little girl. Okay, I sometimes bring that habit of repeating the same character or the same English word twice, and it's quite annoying to English speakers, but I don't know, I feel cute. Okay, 小, nan, 小, again, is in English and Chinese, little is this affection term. Because little associated with vulnerability, and vulnerable it like automatically triggered human nature to protect this vulnerable being. So 小男 emphasize this. It's still little, so you need to treat it not as a grown person, but with kinder, everything kinder, toned down, right? Okay, so 小男男儿 okay, 儿 originally means boy or son. But over here, when we pair baby girl plus this is son, it doesn't mean gender confusion there. No, actually kind of equivalent to here means child without a differentiating the gender. Kind of equivalent to English, we use man sometimes to refer to all human behavior, like a man as a representation for both genders. Patriarchy, yes, but also could be like a man compared with a woman. We have to add additional attachment on top of man to make it a woman, right? So man probably, in terms of efficiency, is easier, shorter, just one syllable, easier to pronounce, therefore represent all humans. So I'm just saying here, 男儿 doesn't mean it's a son, it means child. It means probably it's from the speaker point of view, this is my child, this is my baby girl child, this is a little baby girl, and this is a baby girl, baby girl. All right, that's 3 ways to make it affectionate, addressing to this cute little girl. Thank you for your time. See you another day.